Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness. Two of the 10 Commandments that directly apply to not being deceitful, but instead being honest. Quoting the Bible seems fitting for this part of this persuasive speech, mainly because I feel that certain underpinnings of the gospel of Jesus Christ will come to light, especially the focus on living towards the goal of perfect honesty. The concentration of science will see it so. We need people to be honest. We need some form of intellectual honesty, and if we are to really have it, we might have to change our approach to the truth. Thomas Metzinger states that intellectual honesty means simply not being willing to lie to oneself. Thomas Metzinger's work addresses some of the fundamental issues in neurobiology, consciousness, and the relationship between mind and body. He says that whoever wants to become whole, a person of integrity, does so by gradually resolving all conflict between their actions and values. That they must pursue this principle with their interactions as well. He also infers that representatives of organized religions cannot have intellectual honesty and that they merely stabilize or conserve the status quo and are characterized by an infantile complacency and crude forms of intellectual dishonesty. How do we find truth to believe in? Why is it such a struggle? If we knew the truth, we could move on and progress efficiently with stability. Throughout history, some people have been under the impression that being honest has its drawbacks. I have been in the company of people who reserve their hurtful thoughts for the sake of protecting another's feelings or for avoiding conflict. In contrast, there are those that seem to enjoy feeling the intensity of being painfully honest and letting feelings show and hurt that may hurt another person or group. In between these extremes lies the work towards a centered set of thoughts and behaviors. Our thoughts, the brain activity that draws upon our memory and sometimes the feelings we have in our body, initiate the preliminary activity that leads to whether we can be void of deceit or contradiction. This being known, we can place a microscope on our thought process just for a little while in order to prove that we all can adjust our thinking towards a balanced reaction. It takes the strong will to do so, along with some reasoning into why we react that way. I know that placing focus upon my thoughts has proven to be healing, and has helped me to notice triggers that cause negative automatic concepts and ideas. And I've had to try to work them out because I need to heal, because I want to progress out of my past, and I really do. I know that my discontent has caused me pain, while realizing that I have caused others pain as well. The thoughts and actions that I've engaged in and expressed. But I must beware, since research has shown that attempts to suppress a thought can cause an increase in the frequency of thought. The future of honest rests on knowing ourselves, down to our mind's reactions. Can we find the motivation to make honest thinking a goal? If I see a homosexual person while being a heterosexual and generate hateful thoughts, am I being judgmental? A piece of LDS literature on judging others suggests, all our judgments must be guided by righteous standards. Only God, who knows each individual's heart, can make final judgments of individuals. What is final judgment? What if your thoughts could be read? What if God or people of significance knew? What if I see a person with a different ethnicity than me, or is just different, and generate thoughts of indifference or hatred? Am I expressing the lack of love for others? What takes place in our body is real. In the future, we might not have the privacy to live a double life, and we may have to be confronted by ourselves. What we must do, if it becomes a priority, is to first off, work on knowing ourselves. Understand why you are the way you are. We all have experiences that make our mind conduct. If our intentions are to live a life with high moral standards, we might want to gain an understanding of the ability to measure our intentions. Imagine the feeling of being watched all the time, or having your thoughts laid out and scripted as if you were having a conversation. Would you be satisfied with sharing that to the people you think about? Would you feel that you need more practice becoming who you want to be? I know that I do. I want to one day be able to provide pure love to a significant other, to know her and cherish her with pure love. I want to have peace, and I would like to have less regret. Is it possible to live a happy life by sharing all information that you create with your body? I invite all of you to share these goals, to find the reasons to know yourself well enough to understand why you process information the way you do, and to act with purpose towards reducing the strain the majority of us feel about the way we react mentally. Let each man learn to know himself. To gain that knowledge, let him labor. Improve those failings in himself, which he condemns so in his neighbor. It's part of an LDS hymn. It says that each man should learn to know himself. Women should get to know themselves too.